You're about to make the biggest decision in Raid Shadow Legends. You, the community, get to pick this guy's skill kit. Let's get it right. What's going on, everybody? Blazing here. Welcome back to the channel, and thanks for joining me on another Raid Shadow Legends video. All right, so we get to keep Vault Keeper Mixwell. We get to pick his skill kit, right? So I guess the number one thing that we got to do is make sure that he's not becoming a Vault Guardian, right? No pun intended. Actually, yeah, maybe just a little. All right, so we've got to pick his skill kit, and it's going to be very crucial because we have a new type of buff in the game, Intercept. Some of us may know, may not know what it does. So I want to go through, I want to see exactly what we're going to be able to pick and kind of decide as a community, or help the community, I guess, figure out what's going to work out best for early, mid, late, and end game players. Because essentially a fusion is for everybody. If you saw Armand's, he was a total account changer for every account he got on. So let's go ahead and let's break down the abilities that we're going to have to pick from. And this is going to be for the A3. Now, the first one is going to be Damaged Focus. Attacks one enemy, will ignore stone skin buffs. If this attack kills the target, fills the champion's turn meter by 50%. All right, so this is solid, right? Georgid, basically, right? A little, I mean, ignoring stone skin, we all know stone skin is a huge problem in Arena. Here's the thing, we don't know what affinity he's going to be. And if he's going to be magic affinity, then he doesn't really help us out against UDK, right? And Plarium has a soft spot for releasing fusions that are magic affinity. Now, the last one we did get, what is it? The one that we're currently on is Force. The one before that was Armand's, which was magic. So it wouldn't, I'd expect them to come back and do another magic affinity one. So taking that into account, I do feel that this is strong and probably would be one of the top tier ones if he wasn't magic affinity, if we had some sort of guarantee. Now, they haven't released anything to us telling us that he's going to be Force or, you know, Void or anything else. We don't know his affinity yet. All right, let's go with the second part, which is going to be a defense focus one. Places 2 stacks of Intercept on a target ally. So it's a single target Intercept. We'll get into what Intercept is here in just a second. But the second part of the kit says, also places a 60% increased defense buff on a shield on all allies for 2 turns. The value of this shield is proportional to the champion's defense. So this is going to be like a Valkyrie. Increased defense and shield. This is going to be very strong for Clan Boss. Now, not just for Clan Boss, but the first part, the Intercept part, is going to be strong everywhere else. So what does Intercept do? Each Intercept stack will block one attempt of placing a crowd-controlled debuff on a champion, even if it's specified in the enemy's kit that the buff cannot be blocked. Not resisted, but blocked, right? So it automatically counters champions like Armand's, right? This includes Stun, Sleep, Freeze, Provoke, Fear, True Fear, Petrification, and Sheep debuffs. After the attempt on one Intercept stack will be removed. Now, I have to take this as it's just the 3% factor that we're putting it in, right? So it's a 97% chance that it'll block it. It's not a 50-50 like Stone Skin. So with this in mind, this part of the skill kit brings in a lot more value for this champion, right? Now, let's go with the support. Revives all dead allies, 50% turn meter, and 50% HP. Places 2 5-star poisons on all enemies, 2 turns. The number of poisons debuffs placed on each target is equal to the number of allies revived. Okay, so if we get 4 enemies that are revived, then cool, he puts 4 poisons out. This could work actually really well for soloing, right, it could be pretty busted. Here comes the problem. All of these are very strong. All of these are going to be really good in a lot of areas in the game. So the first one, the damage focus one, is going to be strong in arena, right? It's pretty much where I see it being strong because of the stone skin part. We don't really have stone skin everywhere else. We're not gearing PvE. Plarium's not gearing PvE content in stone skin. And if you do, don't do it. Don't think about it, Plarium. Okay. So the A3 is great, but it's just for arena. So if I was to give this, let's say between a ranking between the 1 to 3, 1 being the highest, I would say this would be a 3. I know it sounds wrong, but it's just not a priority for the overall experience of the game. The second part, right? This is the one that does the defense based. So I'm guessing this champion is going to probably be defense based champ, right? Because it's proportional to the shield. So we'd be able to build him a little tankier. But the intercept stack, along with the increased defense and shield, are actually going to be used almost everywhere, guys. You want to talk about clan boss, assuming that we can place this on a particular ally. Let's say, hopefully it's a 3-turn cooldown, right? They also don't give us the cooldown amounts of how much each one is going to be, but I'm guessing it would be a 3-turn cooldown, maybe 4. But the intercept is going to counter Armands, right? The intercept is going to counter the stun on the clan boss, along with anywhere else in the game that you want it to be. And you can also use it in Hydra, as long as you're able to pick who you want to go on, right? Hopefully it goes in priority, slot 1, 2, 3. This can actually help you out quite a bit in a lot of areas of the game. The increased defense is solid, right? And then the shield is actually pretty big. Shield is one of the best buffs in PvE content that you can have. So on a scale from 1 to 3, if I was to pick right now, this would be a 1, right? The problem is this one and the support one are really good. And the reason why I say really good is because the support one revives everybody with 50% HP, 50% turn meter, and then places the poisons. We don't know the rest of the skill kit yet, but being able to do that will allow him to kind of solo some of the dungeons. Now, we don't know what affinity he's going to be, but looking at it as a solo thing, being able to use him that way helps us down the line being able to progress on some of these other future fusions, and getting an AoE revive for a lot of the areas in the game is going to be helpful. Now, the little caveat with this is that you're not going to be able to use this in Clan Boss, right? Obviously, if anybody dies in Clan Boss, it's going to mess up your speed tune. Hydra, you can't really put a lot of buffs on Hydra or poison buffs, so it's not going to help out. Yeah, it'll help out in Centranos. Yeah, it'll help out everywhere else in Doom Tower. And again, yes, it's going to be pretty solid to help us work with soloing some of these dungeons. So I would place this one as a 2. So I guess if you're going to ask me, and I would suggest what to pick, I would say that the defense focus one would be my number 1 choice. It is going to be overall one of the best skills compared to everything else we have, because it's going to benefit the game. It's going to benefit the player base overall instead of just one area in the game. So here we go. I'm about to hit submit. 46% have voted for the A2, which means it is definitely one of the strongest ones. I am curious to find out where you guys are voting. Let me know in the comments down below, because it really matters picking the right skills for this guy. And it does look like it's going to be pretty close with the revive, but I have a feeling that the community is going to ban behind the defense focus one. Thanks again for checking out the video, guys. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out in Discord. I'm always available. Thank you again for following on Twitch and on YouTube. Appreciate you guys very much. And if you have the time, make sure to join us on Sunday for the Knights of Teleria podcast, where we talk about everything Raid Shadow Legends. You get some of your favorite streamers, content creators for Raid Shadow Legends, and it's just a very fun time to have. We have some good banter along the way, and we try to be as brutally honest as possible. That said, guys, wish you all the best. Wish you all the best RNG luck you can possibly have on your Shard Pulls or whatever you're doing in the raid. And as always, much love, much appreciation. Be safe, be well, be good to each other, and I'll catch you guys next time.